I got a carrot. I got a carrot. I got a carrot. Hey, 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 hey.
Are you recording?
Yeah,
There is for you.
whatever. Alright, welcome back, Albion Onliners. My name is Nevaduck. We're just about a week away from everything going live in Albion Online. Don't forget, I got a contest running right now that can get you a free Veterans Founders Pack. And the details are down in the comments, or down in the info section below. Let me just start going over my market strategy, kind of what I do when I'm trying to sell things. And first, I'm going to show you the basics of this for anybody who does not know how to use it. You can search here. So if I want to search for horses, cross that off. I can search for horses. I can search for swords. I can search for leather. Pretty much any keyword, hides, everything. Or you can just scroll down to see what's selling for cheap. The next thing is you can sort by category. So it defaults to all. You can sort by accessories. You can sort by armor. You can sort by, melee weapons, materials, ranged weapons, resources, tools, anything like that. The next thing you can sort by is tier. So if you want to see all the tier 1 gear, or see what everything is, the resources, the food, everything will show up under tier 1. Alright, so you have all that stuff. You can search the tier 2, tier 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up. Although being in the yellow zone, there's actually some tier 8 stuff, surprisingly. And then tier 7. So it's all there, all color coded, which makes it nice. So we're gonna go back to all. Next, you can search quality. So normal quality is just your basic stuff. Good quality, outstanding quality. As you can see, the top left corner of the thumbnail gets a little different spot as you increase the quality. And what that does for you, it just increases your stats. So your armor, your magic, your hit points, all that stuff, your damage, how much you heal. And it just keeps going up. And then the last one's gold with masterpiece. So this will be a little bit powerful than all the rest of these, of course. So you go back to all. It's not a huge amount of damage, but if you proc one when you're making things, it's definitely worth keeping. Next we have the enchantment. So this right here is a little bit better stuff to craft with, because it's considered 4.1. So you got 1 diamond down here, but it's tier 4. Alright, and then if you go to 2, come on, clicker. Alright, so you got 4.2 here, and when you inspect it, it gives you 2 diamonds, and then it's got 2 glowy things down here, which are kind of hard to see. You can see them real good on the leather. And these things right here affect the gear that you make. So if I go to armor, this helm is going to be a lot better than just a regular tier 4, because it's going to have higher stats. And for every dot you get, for every 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, you increase 1 level. So this tier 4 helm is the equivalent of 4, 5, 6, so tier 6, because you add the 2 dots to whatever it is. And it's within 10 to 20, depending on the power and everything, but it is a substantial increase in power. But it tends to be more expensive because those items are a lot more rare. So that's your basic functionality to search for stuff. So you have tier 1, 2, and 3. This one you can pick specific, like cloth armor, cloth shoes. So if you want to sort by the item pieces, you can do that. And then if you went over here to maybe melee weapons, then you have axe, dagger, hammer, mace. So you can sort by whatever, kind of narrowing down what you're looking for. The next tab is the sell tab. So right here, again, you can, if you want to search your bags for accessories, I don't have any accessories, let's see. I do have artifacts. So if I want to search for my bags for artifacts to sell, just come here, click artifacts, and that brings up all the artifacts in my bag. So I can go here, hit sell, and then I can either sell it outright. If I sell this right now, I'm going to get 5 silver, which is horrible. So normally what you want to do is you want to create a sell order. When you create a sell order, it'll tell you how many are for sale at the least expensive price. And then it'll show you the buyout price. So again, if I were to go back to that other page I was on, the buyout price would be 5. You can set a duration for 12 hours, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. Depending on what you're selling, you might want to change that up a little bit, and also depending on how much influx you have of those items might dictate how long you leave them on the auction house. If you've got several of them, you might want to leave them on the auction house for a much higher price than that, because sooner or later somebody's going to buy out all those and you will reset the market by having a higher priced item. So if I'm going to sell this, I'm going to sell it, I usually just undercut everybody. So I'm going to sell it for 14,888. I like the 8s. And I'm going to sell, actually, so this is the single one. All right, so I'm going to sell the 1 stack of it. This one has 3 stacks. So if I go to sell, okay, there's nobody trying to buy this right out. And there's 1 for sale. One thing I like to do, if there's nobody trying to buy it and there's 1 for sale, you go back to buy and type in the item name. So Blood Forged. Spell it right. Blood Forged. Yeah, so there's, oh, let me cross that out. Alright, so there's 1 tier 5. I'm going to sort it by tier. So there's 1 on there for tier 5. So that means if I put all 3 on there, maybe I want to price it higher. You could actually buy this one out and then price all 4 higher to reset the market. Or you could just undercut them, which I'm going to sell all of them for 14,988 because the server does reset tomorrow. Also, then you can always hit X to reset all these categories that you mess around with. But you can sell everything. So here's tier 1 carrots. So tier 1 carrots are selling for 149 each. So I'm going to do about 148. And then you can adjust how many you sell right here. Or you can click in here and actually put a numeric number in there. So if I want to sell 150, I could do that versus trying to get the slider just right. And of course you have your plus and minus. And again, you have your durations. So if we do 1 day, it's going to be up tomorrow anyways, because the server is going down and they're going to do the reset. So then I hit confirm, it puts it up there. Pretty much everything. So I've got 17 of these. Go to sell. Nobody's trying to buy them. I'm going to put them on there for 21,888. I'm going to put them on for, defaults to 1 day because that's what I just used. But if I were to list this, I were to list all 17 of these, it's going to charge me 2% tax, which is $74.41. Now there's no way between today and tomorrow I'm going to sell all of those. So I'm actually going to back this off to about 2, and I'm going to hit confirm, and that sells it. And then again, the tier 2 stuff, I'm going to sell. Now if you look at this item, it's got the increased quality. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to look at a mage cowl with just the tier 1 or the tier 4.1. So let me type in mage cowl, and then I'm going to go to tier 4. I'm going to put the enhance on there so that I know I'm competitive with the least expensive one. So 13.8 is the least expensive one on the auction house. And just because it has the quality doesn't mean you'll get the higher amount. Very few people actually search for better quality. They'll buy it if it's close to the other numbers. But if you were to go to sell, create sell order, your cheapest one is 13.9. You just want to make sure there's none that are less expensive. Like somebody could have priced the better quality one at 300 times the amount that it actually should sell for, just because they didn't do another search to see if there was one less expensive. So it's always good to double check. So confirm and sell that. So it's pretty easy to throw things up on the auction house. The next tab on the bottom is the order. So you can check your orders, your buy orders, and you can create a buy order. So my orders, this shows all the stuff I have listed on the market. I keep calling it the auction house, but it's the market. So if I want to cancel something or abort, I can just hit abort and it'll cancel whatever. So let's cancel. So yeah, so we'll cancel that. If you notice, it comes down here, it says complete. Anything you buy or cancel comes to here, and you still got to take the item before you leave, or else it just sits there. Now, to create a buy order, I can create a buy order for anything here that I want. So let's go under armor. And let's look for tier 5. Let's go a little bit higher. Let's go tier 7. So if somebody goes to the market and wants to sell one of these helms, I can put a buy order in. I can say I want to buy it for 5 silver, put the duration of 1 day, and hit confirm. If you really want to place this, yes I do. It's going to charge me, even though I want to do it for 5 silver, it's going to charge me 1 silver to actually do it. Hit yes, and now under orders, it'll show my buy orders, or the buy orders. Alright, and then if you go show my orders, these are all yours. So it'll show what you're trying to buy for buy orders and then what you have listed to sell. Now, when you go show buy orders, if you can make something, what you do is you can look here, because this will be instant cash the second you sell it to them. So if you made a tier 5 ox, you'd be able to sell it directly for 20. Now, because it's instant, it's usually not the best amount of silver that you could get. Usually you don't do as well as if you were to just straight out list it. So that's usually your best bet. And then of course the completion tab, which I kind of already went over, and that can be sorted by category. So if you just leave a lot of stuff in there instead of filling up your bank, you can actually sort it to find things quicker. Alright, so how do you manage your items for sale? Basically what I do is you just come here and sell them. Wherever I'm going to be selling things, normally I'll just keep all that stuff in here. So if I was going to sell any crafting materials or anything like that, I would do that from here. I'm actually about to list all this stuff for really cheap because, again, tomorrow everything ends and I'm not planning on crafting anymore. Purchasing items is easy, again, so you don't have to worry about that. My strategy when I list stuff, I kind of went over a little bit, is I'll check the price, and what I'll do is if I've got all this stuff in my bag, I try to sell it, and after a week of listing stuff and reposting stuff and taking stuff down, while you're learning, I do recommend when you create a sell order to only do it for once a day or 12 hours if you're going to be on in 12 hours to relist them, because you will get a better feel for the market by doing it at short terms, and then it's not locking it down and you're not losing the silver you paid to post it. So say if somebody undercuts you within 2 or 3 hours, when your auctions come back off, you can repost it, and if they posted it for a week or whatever, you'll be able to undercut them and stay competitive. Now, after about a week of doing this, you'll get a feel for what a good price is on an item and what a bad price is on an item, and you just got to kind of keep track in your mind. Now, so I listed that one. Now say for instance I want to sell some resources, and all of this, let me dump everything in my bank. By the way, if you hit shift left click, it'll just drop everything directly over. Alright, so okay, let me sort that. Alright, now say I want to find out how much logs will sell in another town over. Best thing to do is just take off all your gear, take off your mount, and then run to the ferry. And we're gonna naked ferry ride over to one of the other villages. So I'm gonna click on him. I'm gonna select one of these outside villages. Not always gonna want to select Carillon, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. But if you notice, if I select this one, there's 0 cost to travel there. When you're carrying stuff, you get charged for carrying stuff. So I'm gonna buy a journey over there. And then again, remember, we're gonna try to sell some logs. So I'm gonna run over to the auction house in this other zone, because remember, this auction house has different prices, different listings, different people selling stuff than the other one. They are not all the same. So if I want to sell tier 2 logs, I go here, and where's logs? Wood, sorry. So there's nobody selling tier, oh, here we go. Make sure you have everything reset. So there's people selling tier 1 logs, so they're selling for 2 silver. You could jot that down so you know when you go back what you want to bring back with you. Tier 2, they're selling for 174. Tier 3, there are no tier 3. Tier 4, tier 5. So it looks like your best opportunity, just from this little information, is tier 3. Because there's none on the auction house. The other thing to do is you could always check the tier 4.1, 4.2, 5.1, 5.2, and so on. Alright, since there's no logs on this auction house, the next thing we should do, if we want to take advantage of that opportunity, again, we're going to travel back for free. Run over to here, and I think I said tier 3 logs was what they don't have. So we're going to scroll down to do I not have any tier 3 logs? That could be why everybody's trying to buy them. But let's pretend for a moment that it was tier 3 planks. So say it was, they didn't have, had a shortage of tier 3 planks. So I could grab a stack of 96, come here. Now to travel there, it's 1600 silver. The other option is to load up your ox and basically travel from here down to here. So you can stay all in the blue zones if you want to take the long way. If you want to take the quick way, you can go through the yellow zones, but you can be killed. That's a little bit quicker. And you would just follow all the way around till you got to the city that I was just at, which is right here, Limehurst. So they're all connecting. So it's just kind of a big circle around the outside. And again, all these auction houses are different. In the center, you have Carillon. But we're just going to take a journey over here. So we spent, what was it, oh, I went to my island. No. Okay. So we're going to spend 1600 silver to get here. So that means I need to sell these planks to recoup that 1600. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to sell them. And let's see what they're selling for. So they're selling for 200 each. I'm going to sell them for 198. That's going to give me 18,600 after they take their cut of 380. Hit confirm, and then we're going to wait for them to sell. So the best thing to do, I did make a spreadsheet. It has been linked in a couple videos. If you need it, just let me know in the comments and I'll link it again. That tracks all your items for all your different banks. Because remember, this bank right here is not going to have anything in it. Versus my other bank at where I started at, that'll have all my stuff in it. So keeping track of what's where is pretty valuable. And I have like I said, I have a spreadsheet that'll do that for you. So then come back here. Now remember, the center city Carillon, you can't take stuff with you if you're taking the taxi. You actually have to run there because they want you going through red zones to try to sell things where people have more gold and more silver. So you get better prices there, but the risk is a little bit sharper because you have to get through all the full loot zones as well, which definitely makes for some interesting gameplay. So this is where I'm going to end this now. Thank you for stopping by. Please like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget about the contest and all that entails. And I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in game.